My passion for basketball started growing up in Concord, New Hampshire, which is about an hour north of Boston. And growing up in the late 80s, I was a huge Celtics fan, and those were the glory days with Bird, McHale, Parrish, Danny Ainge, guys like that. In fact, every time we play the Rockets, it takes all my strength not to, go up to Kevin McHale and have a fan moment and try to take a picture or something. But my dad was a huge Celtics fan. Grew up watching them. It was a really exciting time in New England, and that's where I first got excited about basketball. Once I fell in love with the sport of basketball, every kid's dream is to play in the NBA. So I was always in the driveway or at the park pretending I was Larry Bird shooting threes or Kevin McHale doing post moves. And first played on a team, I think in third grade. It was like 1988 at the Concord Boys and Girls Club. We still had the high socks and the short shorts. The pictures are hilarious from back then. But had good coaches, great role models in my parents. Taught the values of hard work and discipline, and just the passion and dream came alive from that. Everyone will tell you how much hard work and how long a journey it is to make it to the NBA. I went to the University of Florida, the Gators, go Gators, graduated, got drafted by the Raptors and didn't make the NBA right away, had to play 1 year in Italy, came back and made the team with the Toronto Raptors. And don't even ask me how, but I was lucky. The fans embraced me and gave me a huge lift in the beginning of my career to be, I guess, a fan favorite here in Toronto. And loved the city, loved the team, and had a great experience, first getting into the NBA here. Really, my favorite part about playing for the Raptors was, just being here in the city and interacting with the fans and the people. I got my nickname, the Red Rocket, by Chuck Swirsky, who was doing the television at the time, and he gave it to me because I have red hair in the public transit system here. The streetcars are called the Red Rocket. They're painted red, and I didn't have a car, so I used to just walk or take the streetcar to get around the city. And it was really cool, playing a game and leaving the game and stopping at Mr. Sub to get a sandwich on my way home at Union Station, and just standing in line with fans who were just at the game, and seeing their faces like, hey, I was just watching you at the game and now you're standing next to me getting a turkey sub. Just experiences like that were pretty cool. Even to this day, it's 10, 11 years later, and we'll come back to visit Toronto, and I'll get on the Red Rocket, get on the streetcar, and it'll be packed, and someone will recognize me and be like, hey, the Red Rocket, and you're on the Red Rocket. I always thought that was just a publicity stunt. I'm like, no, I actually take public transportation. It saves the environment. Winning the championship this second time around was, for me personally, extra special, not just because we had a great team, great group of guys from all around the world, great chemistry. We all became basically best friends throughout the season, but just being able to put the loss from the year before, we had the championship and it just slipped through our hands. I think that was something I thought would haunt me the rest of my life. But now that we came back, kind of rose from the ashes and won it last year, it makes it feel that much better. How cool is it to play alongside a Canadian like Corey Joseph? Well, because all Canadians are so awesome and so cool, it makes it really awesome, I guess. No, Corey's a great guy. He's from here in Toronto. He works hard. He's a Spur. He does whatever the team asks of him, and it's been awesome getting to know him and become friends with him over the last few years. Is there something you don't know about me, Matt Bonner, that you should know? I'm really good at cribbage. What's cribbage? Cribbage is a card game. It involves a board with pegs, and I'm really active on the Yahoo cribbage circuit online. When I come back to Toronto, Mr. Sub, obviously, you said not to include that, but Mr. Sub, Swiss Chalet, I go and smash some, a half chicken dinner with chicken noodle soup. I like Second Cup. I like their iced espressos with whipped cream. My favorite thing to do when I'm not playing basketball is, obviously spend time with my family, my wife and my kids. If that's not possible, I enjoy listening to music and reading. My brother and I started a non-profit organization called the Rock On Foundation. And one of our events we started was a charity event during All-Star Weekend. And we did it for the first time last year in New Orleans at One Eye Jacks, and brought in an awesome indie rock band called the Walkmen, and had a couple guest DJs. We had Chris Thompson from Vampire Weekend and Win Butler from Arcade Fire, who is a Canadian-based band, and tried to raise money for the foundation, which we use to support arts and athletics and music for underprivileged kids in the community. NBA Cares is one of those far-reaching programs that really touches so many lives, supports so many initiatives, programs, kids, not just in Canada or America, but really around the world. It's a global game, a global sport, and NBA Cares is, all over the world. So it's just really cool to be here and support an event like this that's international, and also be able to do things to help NBA Cares. I was taught hard work by my parents. My dad was a mailman, my mom a teacher. They worked really hard, took extra jobs to support me and my brother and my sister growing up. So my advice to these kids is work harder than anybody else. I did get to take the Larry O'Brien Trophy home to my hometown of Concord, New Hampshire, and got to take it to my basketball camp. We did a charity event, got to bring it to that, and took it on a tour throughout town to all the parks that I grew up playing at. And it was really cool because, we'd roll up to a park in Concord, New Hampshire, where I'm from. There'd be kids playing pickup, and here we just show up with the Larry O'Brien Trophy, and to see their reactions, they're just like, is that the real trophy? And everybody was hugging it and taking pictures. It was really cool to surprise them like that.